Alright guys, so I'm going to teach you how I tear cards. So, I think it's one of the things that I'm best known for feats of strength is my card tearing. I'm going to show you mini decks. It's not that you have to learn to do mini decks. They're a lot harder, but I don't have any full decks in here. So Gary Barenbrink sent me a bunch of these. So the first thing is with your selection of cards, there's probably 5 or 6 major brands of cards out, and then there's a lot of off-brands. I work primarily with Bicycle brand cards and Hoyle brand cards. And I do that not because they're name brand cards, but because they're very consistent decks. So you can order off of Amazon or eBay huge boxes of casino cards. And you can pick up one deck and you'll fucking shred it right away. And you'll pick up the next deck and it'll feel like you've never done it before. And that's because the cards are going to be all over the place. So I don't recommend buying those cards in bulk until you're very, very comfortable with it. So I'm at a point now where I have not, how long has it been? It's probably been 3 years since I've missed a deck of cards now at this point, where I found one that I couldn't get through. So once you get to that, then you can get them for wherever. So I'm going to go over how I hold the cards and why I do it a certain way. So the first thing you have to know is that I'm left-handed. Some people don't know that. So that's the first thing that's fucking them up, is I tear with my left hand because I'm a lefty. If you're right-handed though, you're going to be tearing like this. So the grip is the index finger is curling, the thumb is grabbing on top of the index finger. The hand that's holding is the more important one. Now for that hand, the thumb is pinching. It's not squeezing it. It's not like a gripper. That's what messes people up, is they crunch the cards and it makes the deck curl. Once it curls, it can take a lot more force because it's a dome then. You want it to stay flat. So this is a pinch here. The index finger is a pinch this way. So when I hold the deck, I'm not squeezing it forward. I'm pinching it in and I'm pulling the deck flat. So on my grip being a lefty, my right hand is pinching here and here. My left is grabbing this way. When I line up the cards, my index finger and my index finger are going to be touching each other. The left side, the ripping side hand, for you guys, it'll be your right. The left hand moves up, and this finger cuts the deck, while this one holds it flat. So if you do a lot of feats of strength, you'll start to get all deformed and shit through your index fingers. It's going to get really strong from fucking up steel bars and cards all the time. So one hand holds tight, one hand twists. That twisting action shears the deck. So here's the first one, and I'll go through it slow. I'm going to set up, and I grab my deck of cards. Now I want to have it to where I got at least probably 2/3 of the deck exposed. I got a nice tight grip on it, but it's not going to fan the cards. From here, I pinch, then I twist. So that's going through it slow. And that splits the deck right there. Now all I do is I just continue that action. And that puts me all the way through my cards. If I want to quarter them, which I do not particularly want to do right now, I would just grab these, pinch it again, do the same thing again. Now here's how you're going to get all the mileage out of your cards. First task is going to be rip 1/2 deck in half. Take the cards, split them into a half, go through half the deck. Rip the other half. Now you have, it would end up being a thing where it would look like this. Then you're going to take your half deck, you're going to rip that in half. Then you're going to take your half deck, rip that in half. Half, half. Then you're going to take what's left and you're going to switch to a grip like this, where I want to grab and I want to tear cards this way. And I want to be able to make all these little cuts by that action. And just keep doing that until you just fucking destroy all your cards. Go through all your deck that way, and you're going to get the most mileage out of one deck of cards. So for those of you that don't already do this, you're going to have a fairly good workout from only 1 or 2 decks of cards at a time. You're only going to need to practice it once or twice a week. The other question people have is exercises that help off card tearing. Not really, just tear cards. My dog shits and farts so bad. Julie, that is gross. Go lay down. Hey, go lay down. Go lay down. She farts, it's terrible. So, those are gonna be things that I want you guys to play with to get started. So, start with any deck, but work up to where you're working with the bicycles and the other brands like that, and you're gonna get the best value for it, and you'll be able to do it quite well. Once you have this grip that I use down, you'll be able to do it handcuffed, you'll be able to do it overhead, between your legs, behind your back, handcuffed, and then you can start moving into wearing oven mitts, duct tape and shit, holding people in your arms, picking up bar. With this grip, if you can tear cards this way, you can do almost anything else. The twisting style that other guys use, they can't do anything with it as soon as they lose the ability to move their arms. So the way that I do it, you can do it with just minimal movement, just at the wrist. And in my opinion, that's the best way to do it. So practice these things and try it out.